Welcome to day 476 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein, here with my twin brother Brian, and we have a very special guest today. It's June Sav from DeSo. He's working on a really cool project called All Clothing Brand. How's it going, June?
Hey guys, how you doing? It's a pleasure to be on the show. I've always watched Ed and Brian since I've gotten on DSO, and it's just a crazy experience to now be talking to you guys. It's kind of different. So,
We haven't had a guest for probably like 3 or 4 weeks now, maybe even longer. So it's nice to have a guest. It makes things more exciting. I think people
all
get
right.
bored of just Ed and I. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that actually. I'm like, they haven't had a guest in a while, and um, I was messaging you guys. So,
Nobody
yeah,
wants to just Nobody
we've
wants to
been
just see
setting
me
things
talking
up.
to myself on every show, right?
All
Yeah,
right.
we've been setting things up for like about a month now, I think. But Ed and I have both been traveling, and it's hard to have a guest when there's traveling going on because the timing and all that. But yeah, let's get on to the news, and then we'll talk about what June's doing with All Clothing Brand and what else he's doing on DeSo. He's definitely an OG. But jumping into it, OpenSea, they announced last night that they're laying off 20% of their workforce, which is interesting. Obviously, the NFT space is very slow right now because of the crypto winter. But it shows that a lot of companies may have kind of over expected and started hiring when they maybe shouldn't have because they didn't expect the winter. But as an OpenSea spokesman said that uh, they have 230 people who remain on their staff. So this means 20%. They probably laid off around 50 people or so, which is a decent chunk. In February, the company actually received $300 million in funding with a valuation of $13.3 billion, making both founders uh, billionaires overnight. So companies definitely growing rapidly. I think they probably expected the crypto summer to continue, and we hit this long winter. Well, maybe not long, but at least a winter. And like a lot of companies, they have to lay some people off. We saw it in Coinbase as well. Yeah, June, do you use OpenSea at all?
Yeah, so obviously my NFT journey kind of started with DSO. I was kind of bearish on NFTs, and then I couldn't pick the why people were so into them. And then finally, after seeing how it to me it makes most sense on DSO because it is integrated with social, so you get something you can talk about it. That's kind of to me at least the point of collectible NFTs. So I didn't really see the point of OpenSea, but I got into it, and it's nice how it integrates with MetaMask and other third-party wallets. It is much more fleshed out than the NFT markets on D, so it's much more feature rich. But I mean, that's also because, like you guys mentioned, the kind of funding they have, the large team they have behind that. So um, it's a great it's a great service. I think we could build better here, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if NFTZ got $300 million in funding, I think we could top it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you so like NFTZ, like I feel like you guys have the best features. Um, really,
Thanks, appreciate it. And I think OpenSea, they are the largest, most visited, most trafficked
right?
marketplace for NFTs. But I don't know if that's going to remain. I think, the competition's starting to come in. And that's one of the reasons I think maybe they had some layoffs is because they need to, like, maybe refocus on what they want to do. Because you have the GameStops coming, you have the Coinbase NFTs coming in, you have all these major brands starting their own standalone marketplaces for their own NFTs. So I don't know if OpenSea's business model is going to be able to hold competition off in the long run. I think we're going to start seeing NFTs evolve too. And NFTs aren't just going to be these 2D pieces of art, these PFP artwork uh, collections that we see so
Right.
many of. It just can't keep going in that direction without burnout and without just getting completely diluted. So I think we're gonna see some competition. We're gonna see some other things take place. NFTZ, we're trying to do some things that OpenSea isn't doing, and in some cases things that OpenSea just can't do with the way they're built.
Yeah, and I think the DeSo blockchain helps with that for us. Uh,
but yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I don't think that anything OpenSea has is really proprietary, so anybody can tap into the Solana and Ethereum blockchains, pull it into a new site, and basically create an OpenSea. Of course, OpenSea has a traffic and the name recognition, which is important, but over time, that can kind of erode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's that's kind of the beauty of crypto, though, right? Is anyone can integrate, make an app to trade the same exact thing. They don't own the Ethereum NFTs. They don't own the Solana NFTs. So that's really the beauty of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So moving on, DeSo Messenger has a new feature called Portals, which is essentially a window into a member's profile while you're taking part in a chat, a one-on-one chat or a group chat. With 2 clicks, you can start a conversation with any member. You can also see their profile details just with that simple mouse over, and then you can follow them. So I love that DeSo Messengers keep on build. They keep building. They're iterating upon their product. They're taking feedback from the community. I love what they're doing, and I think they're here for the long run. Not we talked about how a lot of these Octane funded companies have kind of gone with the wind and have sort of vanished, but DeSo Messenger is one that has stuck around. Have you had a chance to use DeSo Messenger yet, June?
I actually used it a couple times. I kind of wish they flushed out. I mean, I remember when they were talking about launching iOS app, and it seems to me a lot of the diesel applications have just really had trouble getting an iOS launch going. So I've used it on web, but so much is going down on Discord still, and until diesel Messenger gets to that level, um, it's kind of still just a work in progress. But it is making lots of progress for sure.
Yeah, I kind of see it right now as a really solid competitor to Telegram. And when they added this 2 click uh, basically portal where you can get people's profiles, that's definitely one upping Telegram. I do think that obviously there's a lot of work to catch up to Discord in that respect, but for now, I like what they're doing, and I think that it's going to be a step by step process. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later.
They
The
do have
Discord.
tabs. There's tabs where you can kind of have different topics. That's something that they do have now. So it's a little bit more advanced in Telegram, but not quite the Discord level yet. I think it's pretty far from the Discord level right now, but hopefully in the long run they hit that level and then surpass it.
Yeah, and
As
like you said, I think that the team is definitely behind this project and excited about this project. It's not like they're going to go anywhere anytime soon, like some of these other projects we've seen.
Yeah, it's something I gotta check out. Again, I haven't been on it in a while, so
Yeah, they've been updating a lot. They've been adding a lot of features in the last, I guess, like 2 months or so. So moving on, itsaditya, he made a really cool app. Uh, it basically allows anyone to post anonymously on DeSo. So if you want to post something, you can post, and it uses this account. If you check it out at AnonVoice, and your post gets routed through that account onto the DeSo blockchain. So anybody can post from this account. All you have to do is use the app. It's at desohive.com/anon, ANON. It's kind of like Twitter confessions. Now you can kind of tell us what you really think about us. So if you hate us and you hate our show and you think we're doing a horrible job, you can just go to desohive.com/anon and tell us. I hope this doesn't happen, but
Or like
if it does, at
if
least
you
it'll,
think Ed's the better looking twin, you can just let everybody know and not have to make Brian feel bad about it. Well, I guess he'll still feel bad about it, but he won't know it's you that's
or
saying
if
it.
you think Ed's really arrogant, you could tell us that as well. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to really go through the feed and see what other people are posting. There's some pretty funny ones. There's conspiracy theories about Raj and Cyrus running some $90 million uh, uh, NFT scheme. It's just funny. It's funny to read,
Yeah, it is. It's like some of the stuff you wonder, wait, is that actually true? Or is it just like somebody making up some crazy conspiracy theory?
and you never know. I guess.
And you never know. That's right.
I like
So,
it.
so yeah, have you checked
It's
it out,
it's
June?
bringing back some good fun. Honestly, to me, it's sometimes that's what we need on diesel. Is the community so small right now, and we're all building oriented and growth oriented is like we need some actual social fun. So it's great.
Yeah, itsaditya always has great ideas, like whether it's integrating like Web 2 with Web 3 or if it's stuff like this, and it's definitely fun. I
Yeah.
agree.
It's funny, Brian and I actually had an idea to make an anonymous social media website back in the day. And we were going to call it Anonymous U, and we bought the domain name ay.com, just two letters. And we had started developing the site, and it was going to basically be like this fan club website for celebrities, but it was also going to allow people to leave anonymous comments to anyone who has an account.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. We moved on. We realized it was just going to be too hard to
But the 2 character domain name went up in value substantially, so we made a lot of money on that.
That's true.
Nice trade.
Yes. So William Laurent, he's working with the CEO of Dfinity to launch FastBlocks.com on the ICP blockchain, and he's looking for crypto writers. He wants people who want to write for the news publication about crypto. If you're interested in the crypto space and you're a writer, definitely hit William Laurent up. I think FastBlocks.com has a ton of potential, and William Laurent's an awesome writer and editor.
Yeah, and William's been talking to us. We've been interviewing with him. He's doing a piece, but he just has such great use of words, and he can really put things together. If you've ever read anything he's written, whether it's on Blockster, who he was managing before, it's just he's an incredible writer. And if you haven't read what he's written in the past, definitely check it out.
Yeah, and Michelle Lord's GD Virtual Galleries is now live, of course, by GDS. This virtual galleries features Michelle Lord's mannequin art. It features some of her other creations as well. It's really cool. I was checking it out this morning, walking around it's like I think it's a Miami apartment room, Miami condo, I'm not sure. But there's music by Mercury playing in the background, music by Dr. Rob playing in the background. And there's even this cute little cat that's walking around within the apartment. And Michelle Lord's art's amazing. She does this mannequin art that's so unique that you just have to check it out. Check it out in virtual reality. Check it out in 3D. Just check it out when you get time. You'll see a link to the actual virtual gallery above this video.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle's great, and it's great to see her succeed on this platform like she has been.
And Heike, I hope I'm saying that right. Heike.
You really make a lot of facial expressions when you say that name.
It's hard for me. It's really difficult. She has just launched a new NFT series under her Heike NFT Creations account. It's May the Cat. So Heike NFT Creations started with a girl named Jen, and she created a bunch of really cool looking NFTs surrounding this girl named Jen. And then Jen got a pet dog named Jack, so she started creating NFTs of this colorful dog named Jack. He's an abstract dog with different colors and patterns all over his body. And then Jen got a house. So Heike NFT Creations created these really colorful, unique houses with all these really neat designs on them. And now, today, is the launch of May the Cat, another pet for Jen's home. So definitely check out her NFTs. They're really cool. Like have all these different types of stripes, different colors. Congrats to Laura Schofield, because she was the first one to buy one of these May NFTs. And you can see it if you want, you can see all these NFTs at heiketnftcreations.nftz.me, or just view her profile on any DeSo node.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I love the story behind the series as well. But before we get to June, I just want to say who the top NFT bidders were in the last 24 hours according to NFTZ. BitCloud FR was number one. He or she has been up there quite often in the last several weeks. Studio Richards was second, followed by Hindsight Profit, MP3, Kevin Sod, Manic, Random Name 2, Vishnu Solarin, La Big Mac, and Scrutinize. And missing from that list is Meta Philosopher.
I wonder what happened. I hope he's okay. Or she.
It's the second day. I think it's the second time in the last probably month that he or she has not been up in that list. And the most viewed
He,
NFT over
she,
the last.
right. It's he, she, it, or they.
Gotcha. Okay, so the most viewed NFT from the last 24 hours is Photography by Michelle. It's the mask number 1 of 1, which is part of her mannequin art collection. So a new NFT up there. I know we've been seeing the same mice up there for the last few days, but congrats to Michelle. And the
Yeah.
top diamond.
Yeah. Well, so I just wanted to say, so Michelle now owns, I think, the top four most viewed NFTs in the last 24 hours. So she just surpassed Priyanachek's mouse NFTs with four different NFTs. So good job, Michelle. Now, Priyanachek, you're going to have to do some work to catch up.
Yeah. Congrats, Michelle. Top Diamond creators over the last 24 hours, according to Altumbase. We were number 1, followed by AnonVoice, which is the itsaditya project that we just talked about, which is quite funny. Check it out. Followed by Quanti, Miami, Japan, Jaylene Cook, the BitClout Buzz, Meta Philosopher. At least they made one list, right? Barbie Graveyard, Now and Then, and Yuchi.
Congratulations.
So June, let's hear about what you're doing. You're doing something really unique with All Clothing brand on the DeSo blockchain. You're basically creating clothing, but also each piece of clothing comes with an NFT that you can actually use in the metaverse, and it's being minted on the DeSo blockchain. Is that correct?
It's actually cross-chain right now.
Blockchain.
So what I did initially is I was doing it manually. So if you bought it, I'd have to transfer it to you manually. But then I started working with just one guy team. He created Dropment and it integrated with my shop, and he does it on the Solana blockchain. So it's really nice. If you go and buy anything, you get a little tutorial on how to mint the NFT, and you get sent to your Phantom wallet. So that was really exciting to kind of automate some of that and really build more of like a fluid process when you buy
Right.
anything on the All Shop.
Yeah, and you've been working on All Clothing brand for quite some time, and then you transitioned it into this metaverse idea
Yes.
just recently, right?
Yeah. So initially I started with like this top. It's magnetic buttons.
Oh,
So
cool.
like initially, I've always seen clothing as like what really separates uh, a Hanes t-shirt from a Louis Vuitton shirt. There's not, I mean, obviously it's way more expensive. The material is much better, but overall the costs, they're not that big of a difference. There's no proprietary technology in clothing. I mean, sure, you have like dry fit, but you can get any knockoff that's pretty much the same thing. So to me, it's like it's a saturated market with little to no innovation. So my light bulb moment was like, I'm going to start trying to make clothes innovative. So I came up with this idea, and I kind of stalled after the launch of the top. And I've always been into crypto since like the OG 2017 bull run. And then something just clicked in my head that how can I seen NFTs going off, and I'm like, it just clicked to make clothing for the metaverse and integrate with NFTs to drive some of that innovation. So that's kind of what started it all, really, um, was that connection to crypto.
So it's interesting. Like I try to envision the metaverse and how everything's going to work, and it's impossible to really say exactly how
Yeah.
the future of the metaverse is going to be. So, do you envision there being avatars, and then these avatars can put different clothing onto their avatars? Like you buy a naked avatar and you dress them how you want through buying NFTs of other clothing pieces.
Yeah, I mean, my vision for it is like a step up from modern video games. I believe there's not going to be a dominant metaverse. You're going to go from metaverse to metaverse.
Yeah.
But rather than like in games right now where like the wearables are just handled in house, you're going to like, since they're going to be NFTs and kind of there's going to be a little more of a social status to it, since it's going to take more capital and resources to want to own something different from someone. That's kind of where all comes in as like a separate third party. you want these metaverses like um, the Rainbow Land metaverse. They're integrating DeSo. I've been working with them, or like the other side. You're gonna kind of want them to. They're gonna want to. You have to create the demand for them to want you across multiple chains. So rather than have it in house, they're gonna kind of want to have the creators build something um, that you want on your metaverse.
I find that interesting because we're actually building some like 3D elements on NFTZ where you can kind of view your 3D NFTs in a metaverse like environment. So I'm actually trying to like bounce some ideas over you because I'm interested in what
Yeah,
we could
sure.
do better. So in the metaverse, items will be NFTs, right?
Hmm.
How about avatars? Are avatars NFTs?
I'm gonna say yes and no.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I'm
That's kind of tough. That's definitely up to the creator if they want to select the whole avatars as one, or because like what if you want to be like a ape, but like the default one's like a human. So like you'd be like a default skin if you were a
yeah.
human, but like if you want to buy an ape, I guess that would be
That
different.
makes sense. So okay, so you buy let's just say you have an avatar and that avatar has clothing on. And then I really like the clothing that you sell as NFTs. I want to wear that on my avatar. Can I do that? Like can I just buy your clothing and my avatar will just basically lose his clothing or put your clothing on top of my clothing?
Yeah, that's what we're doing in Decentraland. I got Anat working on a piece right now that he's going to deliver today. I have a couple 3D piece. I had the first 3D collection launch. There's three pieces. I didn't integrate those onto the central land, but you can view those on supernovas and the 3D viewer. I don't know if you guys have. I was going to view it on NFTZ, and it looked like it was kind of rendering, but I don't think it ever did. Do you
You
guys have
have
like
to
a cross
use the
compatible?
correct file type and then like if you contact Martine, he'll probably be able to get it working. And then we have you can actually view our 3D worlds in VR if you have a VR headset and kind of walk around your clothing brand and like see it from different angles. We're working on some really cool things with avatars as well. We're going to be able to walk up to the object that you're buying or that you own, or and have other people with their avatars in that same realm as you are viewing that object. So there's a lot of stuff we're doing with that. So definitely, I'll put you in contact with Martine because
Awesome.
I think you have a great use case for what we're trying to do.
Yes. So getting away from all that talk, if somebody wanted you, somebody really likes your shirt, the magnetic buttons I really like, save me probably some time in the morning. So, uh, if somebody really, if they really like your clothing or they like the idea of having the clothing also as an NFT, how would they buy it and what's the process?
Uh, you just go on allclothingbrand.com. It's really like it's a normal shop site. You just check out, and I mean, it's like ordering anything on any site. Put in your information, you buy it. And it's using standard payment methods, PayPal, credit card, etc. And then, like I said, after you buy that, you have the option to mint the NFT. Technically, you don't have to. And then, yeah, you get your NFT in your wallet, and then you get your piece shipped to you.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm glad you came on the show. Is there anything you want to say in clothing about what you're doing, what you think the future's going to be like on in the metaverse on DeSo, anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just think I envision like we're trying to recreate a world, like recreate our world to some extent in the metaverse. So I envision shops, experiences that are going to be comparable to here. So I think there'll be like, I want to build like all shops in the metaverse, all experiences. Uh, list goes on from there.
Sounds good. Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
And then
thanks so much for the everything you've contributed to the show. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
yeah, I just want to mention the other thing I'm working on is kind of Something I haven't facilitated as much as I wanted to is kind of more of a community because crypto is so community oriented. So that's why I'm working with Adam Dyes on the uh, All Eyes PFP collection that will get you access to our private Discord.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Is
Yes.
that going to be minted on Solana as well?
No, that's just it's a PFP collection. I'm going to
Okay.
mint that here on DeSo.
Oh, nice. And
And it's
who was it that you're working with? Is he on DeSo as well?
Yeah, Adam Dyes, '09, I believe. That's the
Okay,
two
cool.
numbers he has after that. Um, I've worked with him outside of DeSo, and then I've onboarded him here, so he's kind of been he's kind of been feeling around DeSo. He hasn't been too active, but he's in the Discord, and he's a great 2D artist.
and it's all eyes. Is that what the project's called?
Yeah, like all eyes, but like not like eyes, like allies, but like
Oh, gotcha.
pronouncing an extra L, like all eyes.
Got it.
Very cool. It
You
sounds like
know,
a really cool project.
all is a it's a great word for integrating with funny word. Like it's easy to mix in with other words and create creative names. So I didn't plan
Yeah.
that, but that kind of just worked out. I'm always like, oh, I can use like it's like all in, all of this, or it's like it's a great word for uh, catchy phrases.
Yeah, it is. I agree. But yeah, that sounds like an awesome project as well. And when do you plan on releasing that? Is that soon or?
You know, I was going to open on July 17th. I'm going to open the DAO page. I don't think I'm going to open up for trading immediately. I kind of want to launch this collection first. It should be done within probably a week or two. So I want to gain some traction more with the PFP collection. I have on the tokenomics for the DAO, I do have an airdrop section set up. So anyone who contributes to buying the PFP gets access to the private Discord uh, community. And I'm going to airdrop any early contributors of all.
Very cool. I love that. All right. Well, thanks, June. Thanks for coming on our show. And it was definitely an interesting conversation. I learned a lot. And it was nice bouncing some ideas off of you. Definitely would love to have you on again, maybe after you open up the DAO or after you release some of the PFPs. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah. Thank you guys. It's honestly a pleasure. It's like I said, it's almost like surreal at first. Like I've always just heard your guys' voices, and then all of a sudden on the show. Oh, and I have to give Michael Museman a shout out at Michael Museman. It's a good
All
friend of
right.
mine. He's really helped me bounce some ideas with all. He's really pushed me to do more with it. So he's a good guy, and he loves you guys too. Uh, he's a big fan too.
Yeah, Michael's awesome.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a lifelong friend. So
Oh, nice. All right. Well, thanks again. And we will talk to everyone tomorrow.